I got royalty inside my DNA. I got peace, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. 死んだ天性 I was born like this is wild. Immaculate conception, I just never perform like this without you. One new weapon, I know I meditated on what this that
Hey guys, if you haven't already, give the video a like, subscribe to my channel. This is a what if series and I'll be doing more down the road. Plus Ultra! Hey guys, and welcome to What If Naruto Had Jiren's Powers Part 2. So the first video of this series had got a lot of respect, a lot of love, a lot of support, and I like that and I appreciate that. You guys are why I do this. And that's like what I like to see on my channel, is see shit like that motivates me to continue to make more videos for you guys. So I hope some of you agree with me, is that I haven't been going in a route that I'm very comfortable with my videos. So you're going to see a lot of remastered videos going the right way. Some might not agree, some may not agree, some might agree with my videos. But yes, I'm remastering my old series so I can have fun with them and not just go overboard, because I'm not comfortable with how I just go in a series and it's about Naruto, but I pay more attention to the characters around him and give them special abilities, give them powers and everything, when the story is just mainly focused on Naruto and what I think what would happen if Naruto had these powers and went on along his journey. Not what if this person or this person had these powers and stuff like that. Just make a what if about that person. But y'all here for Naruto, so I can see where it kind of puts y'all off when I talk about the other characters gaining these abilities and everything. But wasn't the what if supposed to be like about Naruto? I understand that. Anyway, damn, I just ran up on a tangent for 1 minute. But anyway, let's get back into where we left off. Now we're going to start the whole Shippuden saga for Naruto. So, let's get started. So, it's been at least 2 years, 3 at most, and Naruto makes his way back to the village. Now, Naruto comes back looking as menacing as he does in the photo. Now, Naruto has this ominous glow around him, this reddish aura. Naruto is as jacked as he is in the photo, except for just like, he's not bald, so that part, and he's not gray, and he's just jacked, put it that way. So when he comes back, even Jiraiya had stated that he's way behind what Naruto is. Naruto is leagues and leagues above anything he's ever witnessed before. Even in training, most of Naruto's training was spelled like body training, like body weight, like weightlifting and all that other stuff, just getting working out his body and stuff. But most of it was spent meditating and ki control and all of that. Naruto learning to harness his ki is on a whole different league to what Jiraiya was witnessing. Naruto's abilities is far beyond anything a ninja could do. So when Naruto got back, everybody was shocked to see how Naruto looked, and Naruto had this menacing glow about him. Even Sasuke was shocked. Everybody in the village knows that Naruto's strong, and he was gifted with some insane potential. Now, when they got back, Kakashi didn't even... well, Lady Tsunade came up with a different test, so it's not going to be that bell test. She wants to see what Kakashi, Sasuke, Jiraiya, Sakura, and herself can do against Naruto, with even a little bit of Guy Sensei and Rock Lee in there, and Neji. So all these characters versus Naruto. They really coming at Naruto with everything, and Naruto tells them to come at him with everything. Now Naruto then flexes his ki around him, and they then have a sweat, but they're not backing down. So each of them rush at Naruto, delivering a whole bunch of jutsus, going at it with Naruto, and he's dodging each and every one of them. Might Guy's dynamic entry, Kakashi's lightning blade, Tsunade's, well, when she hits the ground with her fist and just destroys everything, Sakura's cherry blossom smash, Hinata's not there, but Neji's 8 trigram 64 palms, Rock Lee's leaf hurricane. Everybody's throwing everything at him, and then Jiraiya uses his Toad song. He's in Sage mode, trying to fight against Naruto, but nothing's working. Naruto is fast as hell, and he hits each and every one of them by just opening and closing his eyes. Hits each and every one of them with multiple attacks, and then rushes at them, and then blitzes them. Well, rushes them, blitzes them, same word. But as he rushes at each and every one of them, he hits them in the stomach with a thunderous punch. and not enough to kill them, but enough to basically stun them. And each of them fall on the ground. And Naruto basically dodged each and everything they threw at him, and it was easy, as if Naruto was just moving in slow motion. Or he just teleported away. He's that fast. Or you can even say Naruto is so menacing that he just stood there and took it all, which Jiren would do. He would just stand there and just take every last one of their attacks. But he would jump away, sensing that taking an attack from Sakura head on has some strength behind it. So he noticed that that might be a problem or something like that. It just might be a nuisance. So he would jump away from that, not wanting to get hit with that because that might just cause an annoyance. Anyway, to make a long story short, Naruto ended up beating every last one of them there. Each and every one of them there, from teleportation, from ki blasts, the ki attacks, and all that. He managed to, even when Sasuke had hit Naruto with a Shindori, and it damaged his shirt from the back. Naruto would got a little angry from this and put Sasuke in an orb, similar to how he did to Vegeta. And then this orb would explode, and Sasuke would be on the ground, barely he's battle damaged. Now, this is where Naruto would continue to do the same thing to everybody else. Well, basically just beating everybody else in a different style. And then they would be on the ground. Now, Naruto did tell them to come at him with everything they had. And he was happy about this, but he was also excited about how strong and how far he came. Now, the Nine Tails is on the back foot about this because he's not using any of the Nine Tails power. He doesn't need to use any of the Nine Tails power because, well, why would he? Why would he have to need to use the Nine Tails power? I mean, the Nine Tails does have a different mindset because Naruto meditates more. So the mindset for the Nine Tails power is a beautiful, beautiful field. It's just a beautiful scenery. It's not caged up because Naruto's mind isn't as bounded as it was when he was a kid. I mean, yeah, he doesn't trust anybody, but he's let all those personal things go. Everything that's holding him back. I mean, he's still sad that people treated him the way they did when he was a kid, but Naruto gotten over his turbulations, his fears and stuff like that. So his mind is like a paradise. Picture it something similar to this. If you were to go into Naruto's soul and destroy his spiritual core, in Naruto's soul would be like this beautiful energy, this beautiful feel. It would make you feel like, damn, his soul feels so welcoming, so calm, from a person that grew up in pure hell. That part. Now, as long as you get it, you get it. Anyway, let's continue on. So, as everything plays out for normal, we now jump into the Kaze rescue mission. Now, let me tell you something. As soon as Naruto hears about that, he teleports over there. And instantly, I'm telling you, instantly, he beats the shit out of Deidara. He beats the shit out of Sasori. Easily. It wasn't even a contest with them. And Naruto even mocked Deidara, saying, your explosions mean nothing to me. As Deidara was laughing at Naruto, saying, what do you mean? And he was hit in the back with an energy ball. And Deidara would fall off his little clay bird, and Naruto would rush at Deidara and punch him directly in the face, sending him flying towards the ground and knocking Deidara unconscious. Now, this is where Naruto would then teleport right down there to the ground, and he would toss Deidara up into the air and then disintegrate him, saying, threat eliminated. Now, this is where he would look at Sasori, and he would tell Sasori that, hiding behind a puppet is very cowardly. And this is where Sasori would say, what? How did he sense that? Naruto would already be in Sasori's face before Sasori could react and smash the puppet that he was hiding himself in. Now, this is where Naruto would say, good, I was waiting for you to get out of there. Now, Sasori would come at Naruto with everything he has. He doesn't want to waste a chance and giving Naruto an edge. So he uses his whole transformation, his whole 10,000 puppets, I think it was, when he fought against Sakura and Lady Chiyo. Yeah, so he would use all those puppets to fight at Naruto. He's using everything in his arsenal to hit at Naruto, and nothing's working. Each one of those things was poisonous, throwing out poisonous, what's the name? I think, he was throwing out poisonous nails made out of, I forget sometimes. It's been a while since I watched that because I didn't go back and retrack and everything, but you get what I'm talking about. So, even poison couldn't do anything to Naruto. And Naruto had this barrier around him, and it wasn't even penetrating. The needles the spikes that he was trying to penetrate Naruto with just wasn't working. And for you perverts out there, don't think of that way. Please don't think that way. Let's say, try to cut Naruto with or stab Naruto with. It wasn't working. So Naruto would beat Sasori just like he did, and then even destroy his heart, causing Sasori to be dead. No Sasori no more. So Naruto just single-handedly got rid of 2 of the Akatsuki members. Easily. Now, throughout the story, There's no need for a Sasuke retrieval arc to happen. Orochimaru is nowhere near finna come back to the he's not finna come back to the Leaf Village. Neither one of the Sound Force. They know not to mess with the Leaf Village no more. He can't beat Naruto. There's nothing that in his arsenal that he can use to beat Naruto with. Nothing. Nothing at all. So yeah, Orochimaru's not finna touch them. So the next arc we talk about is the Akatsuki suppression mission. And Naruto basically, while he was training for the 3 years, he asked Kurama, and they got into a deep conversation with each other, and he says that, why are the Akatsuki after me? And Kurama tells him that they could be trying to resurrect something incredibly dangerous, and you should not let that happen. And Naruto goes furthermore into what Kurama tells him about the Ten Tails. They're trying to resurrect a destructive beast, and if I were to say, they're probably trying to do something that I probably have no knowledge in, but he should have knowledge in, with the Sage of Six Paths being his master and everything. And he should have told him about the Eye of the Moon plan, but I guess he really didn't have any knowledge about it, so you were going to go on that. So Naruto just going to keep an eye out for all the the Akatsuki members. And he's also, Kurama also told Naruto about his brothers and sisters being the other tailed beasts. Now, Naruto would ask to, when they go on a mission, he would ask about the Akatsuki members Hidan and Kakazu, and they're possibly going to intercept Team Asuma. Naruto would have knowledge about this, and he would go and help Team Asuma and prevent Asuma from dying by Kakazu and Hidan. He would destroy the both of them. Naruto doesn't have any shroud or any kind of sympathy in his heart for these two. They're planning to destroy the world, and that's a justice that Naruto will not, that is something that Naruto will not tolerate. And he's very, right now, Naruto's mindset is on justice, and he does not care. He doesn't have sympathy for them, and he destroys them in an instant. He beats the shit out of them and then kills them with a ki blast. Now, while that happens, they really didn't have much to go on, and Naruto, Asuma just shrugged his shoulders and said, okay. Naruto just single-handedly stopped, Asuma from dying, so now Asuma's still alive. That changes a lot. So Sasuke then goes on his mission to basically go find Itachi, and this time he goes by himself. Now, keep in mind, Sasuke has been training with Kakashi for a long, long time. So he's picked up some of Kakashi's jutsus, he picks up some of Kakashi's techniques, and a lot of stuff. So Sasuke has a complex nature, and he's not going in blinded. Naruto gave him a few tips saying, they went studying. Now Sasuke knows that Itachi wasn't really a bad guy. There was some truth that he found out with the third Hokage. The third Hokage told Sasuke everything, because Sasuke begged him. He came to the third Hokage crying his eyes out, saying that his brother killed his whole village. But it was more to that. He was crying when he left the village. So there's more to the story, and I need answers, Lord Third. And the Lord Hiruzen would start to walk away, and Sasuke would shout his name, and the third Hokage would just let out tears, and he would tell Sasuke the truth. Anyway, now that would happen, and Sasuke would go on a mission to basically go talk to Itachi, which Itachi would send out a bird to basically intercept Sasuke along his way, and he would be intercepted, along his way anyway. So now the mission about Jiraiya being going against finding pain and knowing that they were going to come to Konoha and destroy it. Naruto would intercept, Jiraiya would be way more open with Naruto, because Naruto and him was training for 3 years, and Naruto even pushed Jiraiya to train so hard that he mastered his Sage Mode. So Jiraiya doesn't need the frogs to be on his shoulder. They could help to be on his shoulder, but he doesn't need them. So yeah, training with Naruto these 3 years has improved Jiraiya Sensei's power dramatically. Not in the sense that Jiraiya is going to be pulling off the ki blast and stuff like that. No, none of that. And so yeah, Jiraiya would be more open to Naruto, and Naruto would tell him that he's coming with him. Now, Jiraiya says, I don't need you to come with me. I can handle myself. And Naruto says, even with that, I'm still going to come with you. You're like a father figure to me, so I'm not letting you do this alone. And plus, besides, if these people have intentions on attacking the Leaf Village, that is something I will not tolerate. I will protect this village with my dying breath. Naruto cracks his knuckles, and the aura flexes around Naruto. And Jiraiya knows well enough to basically sit there and argue with Naruto once he gets his mind set on something. And he's known this because he's been around Naruto for a while now. Possibly, you could say 4 years, but during the 1 month, 3 years and some change. But anyway, so they make their way to the whole Rain Village, and that's where the Pains intercept them. I want to tell you right now that the Pains have no chance. With a Jiraiya that's mastered the Sage mode and a Naruto there that has Jiren's powers, they stand little to no chance. I don't give a fuck what they Rinnegan can do, what they Rinnegan powers are displayed they can do. Pain can't take power away from Naruto because Naruto doesn't have chakra, so that whole Preda path that Pain can use won't even work. And he can use his whole almighty push or shoot missiles and stuff or anything else. Naruto and Jiraiya are two beasts right now, and they are destroying them. I mean, destroying them. And every time Jiraiya seems like he's depleted, Naruto shoots ki at Jiraiya, replenishing his chakra levels. And I'm telling you right now, the Pains just get killed immediately. They get wiped, and then they get disintegrated. That's it. Pains are dead. Now, this is going to cause a huge problem for Obito. Now, with the Pains being dead, Jiraiya is still alive. Now, Naruto and Jiraiya have succeeded in their mission. They make their way back to Konoha. Now, this is where Sasuke goes to talk with Itachi, and he tells Itachi the truth. He knows everything, and Itachi discusses with him and everything. And this is where Itachi proposes that... Sasuke proposes to Itachi to come back to the village where he can be healed. Tsunade will heal him. And he say, will it really work? And yes, it's in this what if, it's going to work. So yeah, so Itachi comes back with Sasuke. So Kisame then sees that, and both of them just gets into a dispute and everything. And then they battle against Kisame. The battle goes on hectic, but they still come out victorious. Very victorious. Anyway, so they make their way back to the village, and Itachi comes back to the village safe. Now, Six Tails is saved. He doesn't get killed, because when Naruto meets Six Tails, he saves him from getting captured by the Akatsuki. So, yeah. Two Tails and Six Tails and Three Tails, all of them are saved. They're all saved by Naruto. Naruto knows about Kuruma's brothers and sisters, so he manages to save each and every one of them from being captured by the Akatsuki. He even manages to save Han, one of the, I think, the Five Tails or the Seven Tails, whichever one that is. No, that Seven Tails is Fu. Yeah, so he just know that every tail beast gets saved. So that then causes a huge problem for the Akatsuki. So, because with Naruto knowing all this shit, he's not finna let them get their hands on something like this to basically destroy the world. So then Obito doesn't have anything in his arsenal. So the fourth grade ninja war does not come to a commute because Obito basically fails. So he basically gets bad and bitter. And he goes onto a rampage to come to the village to basically extract the Nine Tails from Naruto because he doesn't believe a word people are saying, but he doesn't have anything in his arsenal. Almost half the Akatsuki are dead and everything, and Pain can't really do nothing because all the bodies that he resurrected are destroyed. So Nagato, basically trained up to that machine, eventually dies from chakra exhaustion. Using too much chakra, trying to resort that, because he had to push himself to try to stand up to Naruto and Jiraiya and in that battle, and it strained him so much to the point that he died. Just know that he strained him so much to the point that he died because he couldn't match Naruto's power. He couldn't even match Jiraiya's power, and that's saying something about Naruto's strength. So yes, Nagato is dead. Conan goes on a mad blitzing spree. So she and Obito, they both come to the village with all they anger with them. And this is where they have all these hitters in the village. Naruto made sure that Jiraiya and his team didn't go on the missions because he knew that an imminent attack was going to happen since he has deployed the Akatsuki. He killed almost every Akatsuki member. Kisame is dead and all them. So yeah, who else do they have? Now, this is where Obito, basically Madara, people know him as, and what's her name? I think her name is Kazan or something like that. Conan, I think it was Conan. That's her name. So they come, and I can't tell you how one-sided this shit is. It is so one-sided to the fact that they don't even get that far. Naruto basically blitzes the both of them. The whole Konoha basically blitzes the both of them. And even with Naruto there, Naruto basically is just on the back foot to see how everything goes. But everybody is managing to basically deal with them as best as they can. Naruto noticed that Obito is Madara is being a nuisance with his whole Sharingan abilities. And Naruto basically picks that. And when Obito goes to, goes in his plane, Naruto flexes his eyes and hits Obito with multiple attacks. Multiple thunderous shots to Obito, and then he falls to the ground, battle damage and breathing for air. Those attacks hurt. It knocked the wind out of his body, and when he hit the ground, he was basically almost suffocating. Now, this is where Naruto flexes his ki and then he powers up immediately. Not to a substantial point. So, say if he powers up full power, because that's suicide. I mean, that's death right there. But he just powers up enough to scare the both of them. And then he gathers energy in his hand. And he rushes at Obito and, well, Madara and punches him in the face and breaks his mask. This is where Kakashi and Jiraiya, well, Kakashi and a bunch of people would be shocked that that's Obito standing right there. That's not Madara. And this is where Naruto would say, I don't care. Now, Kakashi would come into front of him, and Naruto would hold his hand out and say, Kakashi Sensei, what are you doing? This is an enemy and a threat. I don't care if he was your friend. He has no quarrels about us. He was planning to destroy the village. And let me guess, over something so petty, something that you couldn't get over with. Let me know now. This is where Obito would explain that Kakashi let Rin die. And this is where Naruto would say, well, you're the one who has those ties to the world. You should have just built your power on training, not destruction. You should have put your faith in justice. The world can be very cruel. And this is where Obito would say, what do you know? I know enough that the world is a cold place, and it sent me in a dark void once. But I crawled out once I seen the light to strength. Strength is absolute. Strength is the only power that I need to thrive through my battles. You are evil, and that needs to be distinguished. This place, this universe, this solar system doesn't need a presence like you alive anymore. You're going to destroy people's lives, happiness, memories, all over one person. And what if it was her choice to die? Did you ever stop to ask Kakashi about that? This is where Obito would pause. And Kakashi would tell Obito that Rin had the three tails forcibly sealed inside of her. The Cloud Village was going to use her as a ploy to destroy the Leaf Village. And she did not want that to happen. She begged me to kill her. But I wouldn't do it, Obito. I would not kill a friend. So I was fighting this ninja. And as I had my lightning blade ready, Rin jumped in the way. And I could not stop. It was already too late, and my hand went through her heart. And her last words were, I'm sorry, Kakashi, to leave you all alone by yourself. Tears would be falling out of Kakashi's eyes, and he would be sad about this. And then Obito would just fall to his knees. Everything that happened, he was manipulated and blinded by hatred so much that he did not seek out the truth. He didn't think to come to Kakashi and ask him the truth about the whole situation, which he should have did in canon, but we don't talk about that. So, yeah, Obito, the 4th grade ninja war, nothing really starts there. So everything would just continue on as peaceful as it may be. Like, as peaceful. Madara really does never get resurrected. What's named Orochimaru stops Kabuto from even trying to start a 4th grade ninja war, start anything. They just go on with normal lives. Everything just goes peaceful because they know if they try anything, the Leaf Village is at a strong enough rate so they can deal with any possible threat that comes their way. So yeah, now we just have a peaceful time period. Naruto ends up getting married to Hinata. He starts to succumb a little bit with his justice values and everything. And yeah, everything plays out with normal, with Kakashi becoming the 6th Hokage, Lady Tsunade stepping down, and Sakura and Sasuke, they ended up having their marriages with same thing as usual. So Sakura is still born. These are when they were babies. So this is around Naruto the last. So yeah, everything's played out per normal. Naruto is a Jonin right now and is possibly in talks for being the 7th Hokage. And he's about to take that job with a good title. But he also suggested that Sasuke should become the 7th Hokage. But Sasuke declines and says that he has a lot of work to do because he wants to go around the world and does some kind of spy thing with Itachi. The both of them wants to become spies, and Jiraiya wants to take them under his wing as their pupils, as his pupils. So they go with Jiraiya around the world and try to spy. So Naruto's stuck being the 7th Hokage. Anyway, that's going into the last. This is Naruto the last and everything. So yes, he's just stuck like in talks for it. So everything plays out with that. So yeah, Boruto and Himawari. Well, I better botch that name so much. When it came out, they were a little stronger than their canon counterpart, but that's another story for another part. So this is intendedly supposed to be like a good ending to a story, like a good ending to a story. I might, somewhere down the road, I might go into Boruto. But I have to watch the series to even have a clue of what I'm talking about, because I haven't watched Boruto yet. I've been so busy watching Naruto. Anyway, this has been What If Naruto Had Jiren's Powers. You guys have a good day, a good night, and I'm glad you enjoyed this series, but this is the final part, and that is it. Plus Ultra. Thank you guys for enjoying this series.
君の虜になってしまえばきっとこの夏は充実するのもっと噂の Dreaming が忘れないででも気持ちは伝えてしまえばいつかその夢は覚めてしまうんだろうな青い影が揺れる街角君の虜に